On jobless claims, Steve, what should we know?
I mean, you just have to ask yourself, why are 860,000 Americans down a little bit, but not a whole lot? Why are they still filing for unemployment claims? I mean, there could be some bureaucratic issues. We know there are some concerns about fraud in the pandemic unemployment assistance program, which is separate from the regular claims. But it makes me continues to make me nervous about what's happening in the economy here, an economy that should be reopening, an economy that's 7 months past the beginning of this virus. We're still having numbers that are above any peak week in the 2008 crash. So I was just looking at where that was coming from. If you'll give me a second, I'll look at the screen here. But, you know, California still has a very large number. Georgia, 42,000. Louisiana, 15,000. New York, 62,000. The concern I have, Kelly, is that you had one set of layoffs and claims that was linked to the shutdowns, and now I think you're seeing perhaps some deep scarring in the economy that belies some of the other data that showed the economy recovering faster. You still have this nagging and troublesome large number of claims in the U.S. economy.
Yeah, we're looking through this. Maybe Louisiana, a little bit of a storm effect. California, New York, I think Rick has his own opinions about why those are lagging a little bit, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You have governors that barely opened or partially opened. How can you not expect the states where governors are dragging their feet? And I'm not saying for good reason or bad reason. I'm just calling it from a market perspective. If you're not open, you're not going to work. If you're not flying, you're not going to work. You know, there's a lot of things going on here, Steve, that have nothing to do with scarring in the economy. I think many people would like to get off the ranks of jobless claims, but they don't have the opportunity.
Texas, 49,000. 49,000 in Texas, 17,000 in Michigan. Nevada, 10,500.
The big states, California, New York, those are the ones to look at.
Yeah, this week. But you still have this very, I mean, if you're saying it's from the shutdown, I guess the continued shutdown. No, I know, but I'm saying in just last week there were high numbers as well in those other states, Rick. If you're saying it's the shutdown, I guess I'll go with you on it. It's continued shutdown by these things, but I think there's other
No, I'm not saying it's all of it. What I'm saying is, if we're going to blame an entity, you're saying, oh my God, it's just horrible. The economy really sucks. And I'm saying that isn't what's holding it back. It's all the 16-pound bowling balls tied around the economy with regard to who can go back and who can't go back.
Maybe. And I'll grant you that that's a big part of what's happening, Rick, but I also think there's another dynamic that's happening. You've stopped on the unemployment claim additional assistance in August. You stopped on PPP. You know you had some employers, Rick, that held on to their employees because of PPP. That's gone. And what I worry about, Rick, and I'm not saying this is true, Rick, I'm not saying this is true. What I'm simply saying here is that there are some companies that may have given up and have decided to close and let their employees go in the absence of either further assistance or because, as Kevin O'Leary was talking about,
I completely agree.
Because their businesses don't look viable in this new economy. That's my concern.